Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best VR headsets.
Starting at number 5.
Valve Index. The Valve Index is one of the go-to VR choices for PC gamers, and for good reason. This is a total luxury device that will match anyone who has a beefy gaming PC already. It isn't pricey though, and arguably these days you can get better all-round performance for less cash. Design and features. There are a few features of the Valve Index that we need to get out of the way right at the start. First up is that finger tracking system. Rather than relying on per-controller tracking, the Valve Index has stepped where no VR headset has gone before, adding sensors for each individual finger via a touch-sensitive panel. The second is a 120 Hz refresh rate that will cover for a slightly lower resolution by allowing games to slide across the screen without a hint of a flicker.
Coming at number 4.
Meta Quest 2. The Meta Quest 2 is still the best value VR headset on the market for the majority of players, even if it's staring down the barrel of the Quest 3's launch. This remains one of the cheapest mid-range VR options out there, so if you're looking for no-fuss VR on a budget, this is just the headset for you. Design and features. While we were a little disappointed to find the Oculus Quest 2 felt a little cheaper than its predecessor, it's actually very comfortable to wear, and there are plenty of great Meta Quest 2 accessories if you want the perfect feel for you. The Quest 2 is lighter than most other headsets on the market, with a weight of 503 g. The resolution of 3664 by 1920 per eye may not be all that impressive compared to newer headsets, or ones that can utilize gaming PC power, but for a standalone this works just brilliantly. Similarly, 100 degrees of FOV is more than enough for something of this price. You won't need to sustain your disbelief with specs like these.
At number 3.
Meta Quest 3. Following on from the successes of the Quest 2, the Meta Quest 3 blends some excellent standalone VR power with some great mixed reality versatility. Available in both 128GB and 512GB models, this is the best VR headset for gaming if you don't want to be at the mercy of a PS5 or high-end gaming PC. Design. The face of the Quest 3 tells you everything you need to know about it. This is a clear successor to the Oculus Quest 2, but one that uses its frontal cameras to blend it into a mixed reality headset. In practical terms, the Quest 3 feels extremely similar to the Quest 2 in terms of fit and comfort. The central headband will, admittedly, still mess up your hairdo, but it adjusts far easier than the one on the Quest 2. Features. The biggest differences that separate the Quest 3 from its predecessor, and indeed, its rivals, have to be its pancake lenses and Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2 processor. The latter makes the experience of using the headset much smoother, while the former massively increases the areas of the display that appear clearly, creating less blur, and much better periphery when playing VR games. 3D audio is at play here too, and it works a charm. The integrated speakers are so much better than the ones on the Quest 2, although their extra bulk can sometimes mean the user feels more pressure on the side of their head, especially if glasses are being worn.
Number 2 of my list.
HTC Vive Pro 2. If you're after the best VR headset for PC gaming money can buy, we'd point you in the direction of the HTC Vive Pro 2. This is certainly a big kid's toy, coming in at $800 for the headset alone, without taking the extra required accessories and high-end PC into account. However, for specialists and budget-busting enthusiasts, the HTC Vive Pro 2's 4896 by 2448 resolution, pinpoint motion tracking, and Steam VR integrations make it a must-see. Design and features. That 4896 by 2448 per eye resolution sits at the very top of the current market, offering up super clean visuals that you won't find on cheaper headsets. You are tethered to a PC here, and that's going to need to be capable of the heavy lifting required for that visual fidelity. Combine that incredible resolution with the gargantuan 120 degrees field of view and refresh rate of up to 120 Hz, and you're onto a high-end headset. Everything encasing all that tech is also incredibly premium. We love the futuristic external aesthetic, but not as much as the lightweight design.
And number 1.
PlayStation VR 2. PSVR 2's list of impressive tech specs adds up to a highly cohesive VR package. This is a headset that absolutely oozes value for money, especially when you add up the costs of VR gaming on a PC. A high-end PC that will make the most of the other VR powerhouses on this list will likely set you back more than $1,000. Add in the $1,000 or so you'll spend on one of those headsets alone, and you've got quite the investment. Meanwhile, a PS5 will set you back around $500, with PSVR 2 setting you back $549. For that amount, you get an incredible VR platform and a growing number of must-play games.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.